it's a very volatile environment right now, Deshnee, and yours is a global company where in metal and mining, there is global trade that is required. With the supply chain constraints because of the geopolitical tension, how do you see the impact at the current moment for the industry?
Yeah, so, Nisha, it won't be the first time that our industry or industries for that matter are rattled by supply shocks. We've gone through COVID, we've had the initial shocks of other wars, we've also had the shocks of, the trade and the basically the tariff in the last year. I think we've become far more resilient in understanding our supply chains. But for Vedanta, predominantly, our raw materials come from India and we supply, and the majority of our metals and minerals go back into India. So we are largely more resilient today. But of course, like every other executive in the world, I have commissioned a task team across the business to keep looking at our inbound, outbound logistics need to make sure that we can actually withstand the current situation. So we are far more resilient. We are a company that procures domestically, sells into the domestic market. That makes us a little bit more resilient, but we are not leaving it there. We have set up a task team to make sure that we can navigate through this.
Deshnee, you well pointed out, even I was reflecting on this, that, supply chain constraint has been the order of the day for the last more than 5 years now, from COVID to tariff to now this. Now, I just want to ask you one more question on the global metal prices, the way they are right now in terms of volatility. How do you see this? What's the outlook on that at the current moment?
Yeah. So it's incredibly positive, Nisha. Yes. I think this has to be metals and mining's moment, as I keep saying, a generational opportunity. If you look at just the insatiable demand coming from infrastructure expansion, manufacturing growth, global transition. I was in the US a couple of weeks ago where everyone spoke about, copper's need for energy transition, for data centers, et cetera. So there's an insatiable demand. I think as India, we are incredibly blessed by the endowment that we have in the ground. We're also incredibly blessed by the increased manufacturing facilities that we have across. So I only see that strengthening. I don't see it as perhaps a one-off. I see it as a true valuation of the worth and the value of the metals in the ground that need to be extracted to deliver into the growing demands that I'm seeing in India specifically, but globally too. So this is the right price for the efforts that it is going to take to unlock that endowment.
All right. So the metal space that has been shining. But one more question before I let you go. A very important inflection point for Vedanta Resources and the group at this point, because of the group simplification, which was in the works for several years, now taking shape. What's the vision once that's completed? This very important milestone is really completed by the company.
Yeah, so we're very excited, by the NCLT decision in December. Anisha, we are in the process of executing against that. It's exactly the, link to the question you just asked me in terms of what's happening in the world. Our chairman has grown this incredible company to over 17 different verticals, 17 different companies today. It needed simplification. So each of those verticals, the 5 verticals that we are creating, will actually be able to use your words now, shine in terms of the opportunity that we see in front of us with commodities demand. So I think these pure play companies will do many things. They'll basically offer investors a very unique opportunity for the specific pure play commodities. But in addition, it'll allow us to have the respective balance sheets to be able to grow. And you've met our chairman on a few occasions, Nisha, and he's not stopping here in terms of the aggressive growth ambitions that we have across each of those 5 verticals going forward. So the stage is set. We've got the approval, we're executing, and we will start to unlock value in these respective businesses once the demerger is complete.